Hi everyone. I thought I'd do a fun little video here now. I'm going to do a comparison between the original Philco Model 70 Cathedral radio and the later reproductions that came out of the same style cabinet. And I think we'll all agree that this cabinet is one of the most iconic vintage or antique radios in existence. It's such a well-known case design. It's very recognizable, and it's a very sought-after model. And I honestly, personally, I don't think there's been a radio designed before or after that quite had the same elegance in the design. It is a beautiful radio. And you'll notice that the original Model 70 is quite larger than these later reproductions. And if you had a Model 90, which has the same style case, that one's even a little bit larger again than this Model 70. You'll notice this Model 70 is missing the chassis and the speaker out of the cabinet. That is because I have it removed as I'm currently restoring the chassis and making the radio fully operational and in excellent condition. And I will do a video on this radio when it is completed and it's all back together. So, as I said, this was the Model 70 released in 1931. And this model sold hundreds of thousands of models. And it was a very popular design. And in 1972, Philco put out this anniversary edition, and it's their 70th anniversary edition radio. And there's a little plaque on these so you can easily identify them. There's another variation of this reproduction radio. It has sort of a quatrefoil design in the speaker, but it's basically the same radio, just a slightly different design. And I believe it even says on the plaque a stylized a version of the Cathedral radio of 1931, something like that. But that radio is not really based on an original radio, whereas this one here is based on their earlier Model 90 and Model 70, which, as I said, this is Model 70 right here. So a few years later, they put out another anniversary edition, which I have here, the 95th anniversary edition. It's pretty similar in size and design. The wood tone is a little bit different, and it has, in my opinion, poor quality components and poor, build quality. Even though it's still not a bad radio. But you could see that it is cheaper, in construction. And then over here, we have a Crosley from the late 1990s, early 2000s. And this one actually has a tape deck on the side. This particular radio here, you'll see there was a lot of different manufacturers. I think there was Randix, there was Thomas, and of course Crosley. There were several companies that produced this radio, and it was basically the same Chinese components and cabinet, and it was just branded under different names. And then over here we have a little battery operated Crosley Cathedral style radio based on that same Cathedral design, and this one is the Harco. So let's do a comparison of how they all work. I have them tuned to the same station. The 70th anniversary edition picks up a signal with no assistance, no antenna. This is AM single. The station is about 60 miles away, and it's picking up very strong, lots of volume. There's a tone control here as well, so you can change the tone, and all the reproductions have that. And it also picks up FM. So we'll try the FM. See if I can get a station.
OG growler on K-Rock. Here on the homemade rum child.
Picks up FM station fine. The FM antenna in this radio is actually internal, and it's wrapped around the power cord, which was common on a lot of radios. You know, these reproduction radios. It actually works good here in my area, where I'm too. If I put this, I'm in a bad spot in my house right now for reception anyway. But if I put this on an outside wall, I would pick up radio no problem. So I'm tuned to the same AM station. I have the volume all the way up, just barely receiving the signal. Let's try FM. I'll turn the volume down so it don't deafen us. A little bit better on FM. Same antenna design. It's a antenna wrapped around the power cord. Got the tone control like the 70th anniversary edition does. So it picks up FM pretty good. And in all fairness to this radio, if I use a loop antenna that you lay next to it, it picks up AM really well also. All right, next is the Crosley. Right off the bat, right at the gate, the tone is terrible. It's a real tinny sound. And you can adjust the tone control. It doesn't really improve it that much. It's still tinny. And it receives horrible. Even with a loop antenna, I still can't receive AM good on this radio. Let's try FM. A little bit better on FM, but you know, this radio has a wire, FM wire antenna. But in my opinion, this is not a good quality radio. And really none of these reproduction radios are what you call high fidelity or anything like that. But, you know, if you want that look, if you want the look of this one here at a reasonable price, and if you want something that you can get FM on easily, it's an alternative. But again, there's nothing like the original model 70 or 90 with tubes. Now, I'm actually impressed with this little battery operated Crosley. It picks up AM extremely well, as do, I guess, most battery radios, because you don't get any electrical interference with your power mains. But even a difficult, even a low power station that's 60 miles away, 10,000 watt station, I can receive very well. And on FM, it's not bad. It has a wire antenna as well. If I stretch the wire out, it would be easier to receive FM. But it just operates on 4 AA batteries. It's a nice little radio. You could take it around with you, lay it on the table if you're camping or on the go. Now, I'll show you inside these radios. I'll go around back. So this is the Philco 70 that's missing its current or its chassis currently as it's being restored. And this is inside the 70th anniversary edition. You'll see that the components, you know, they're typical 70s radio. They're not high end, but they're not, you know, it looks like a half decently built radio for the period. It's a half decent speaker. Sounds pretty good. I think it's, you know, it's not a bad radio. This one here, you can see cheaper components. The ferrite rod is not as good, I guess you could say. You can see there where the FM antenna wraps around the power cord. Speakers a little less quality probably compared to this one here. But that's the 95th. It says made in Hong Kong. This one here, I don't know if it says, don't say where it's made. The label's printed in the USA, but it doesn't say where it's made. Here's the Crosley. Terrible speaker. Hot glue to mount some of the wires with. There's your tape deck. Transformer. Not a very good build. Old particle board for the case. Not a great radio. And of course, this is the Harco battery one, and it's just 4 AA batteries here. And that one says on it manufactured 2003. And so that's the 4 radios that bear the same classic Philco cabinet. And if I was to pick one that I think was the better quality, I would say this one here, the model from 1972. Seems like it's the best built out of the 4. And if you could find one in reasonable condition, I would say that's your best bet. This one here is not bad as well, the 95th anniversary. Like I say, with a good loop antenna, I could pick up AM signal on this one quite easily and quite strongly, and it's pretty good. And this radio was new at the box, so it's in pristine shape. It was sealed in the box for almost 40 years, never opened. And also, if you're looking for a battery-operated one in this design, I would recommend this Harco. It's a nice little radio. It's half decent sound for, you know, radio that size, and it receives quite well. So there you have it, folks. That's the 4 reproduction radios in a line next to an original Philco 70, which I will be posting a video on when the restoration is complete. Thanks for watching.